Hi Six, it's Wednesday 24th of June and our LO for today is I can plan a short story. So have a quick think about why planning is so important before you write. Start by watching this clip of Mallory Blackman talking about how she adds mystery to her story writing. So in our writing this week we're going to be thinking about including the things we've looked at to help us build suspense. So looking at not just including what you can see, thinking about what you can hear, what you can smell. Building that atmosphere of mystery, including some tension, and giving some clues without giving too much away, as well as varying our sentences with some longer, more descriptive sentences, building atmosphere, and shorter, powerful sentences, building tension and suspense. And we're going to remember to be subtle. We're not writing a horror, we're writing a mystery and a suspense story with that really interesting plot twist at the end. So remember to show your reader, not tell them. So today we are going to plan our short stories, and these are going to be based around the structure of our assassin story we looked at yesterday. So we need to have two animals, a predator and a prey, and we need to think about how we're going to build up that suspense, not letting the reader know they're animals until the very end. So here are 4 videos of some animals hunting. There are some owls, some wild dogs, a scorpion and an octopus. As you can see next to the first clip and the third clip, I've put stop and some times to stop at. If you're watching these videos at home, some of these videos can be quite violent because they are animals hunting. So I would suggest either not watching the videos if you don't want to see that, or making sure you stop at the times, at 2:43 for the owl video and at 1:33 for the scorpion, so you don't see the predator actually catching and eating the prey. Okay, if you don't want to watch these videos, don't worry, just have a think about 2 animals which you could use for your story. So this is what your plan is going to look like. The first part of your plan is setting the scene. So we've broken it down into 3 parts, like when we looked at the assassin story in 3 parts. Your scene could be a street like the assassin story, or a woods, or a lake. It could be anything, as long as you're confident with building the atmosphere of mystery and suspense in your setting. And there's a box to add some vocabulary, so you could look back to your vocabulary you generated on Monday, those verbs and adjectives, to help you out. The second part of your plan is building that tension. So you've got the predator watching the prey. They haven't caught them yet, and you don't know what they are yet, but you are building that tension. Maybe like in the assassin story, that bit of sewage flew out, the predator kind of thought that they were going to catch them, but they didn't. So you're building up that tension. The reader wants to know whether they're going to catch them or not. And the last part of your story needs to be really well thought out, because that is where you reveal that your characters are animals. Okay? So throughout you might want to give a few clues that they could be animals, but you really want to keep that hidden from the reader until right at the end. So you need to think about a way that you can reveal that. Down the side of the slide I've put some questions which you need to think about. Do you want it to be in first person or third person? Will the victim get caught, or will they manage to escape? What clues are you going to give? So your reader might be able to start working it out, but they won't know. What punctuation will you use? Will you use an ellipsis? Where is it set? How will you make sure that your writing builds suspense, thinking about those techniques? And how are you going to reveal the ending? Because that twist is the main part of our story. If you finish planning and you can't think of anything else to add, make sure that you can clearly answer these 5 questions in your head. Where will it take place? Who's the victim? Who's the perpetrator? That's the predator, the one that's going to do the killing. What clues are you going to give? So in the assassin story there was the word swoop. That could be the owl swooping down, but it also could just be a sound that something makes, so it doesn't give too much away until you read it back through the second time when you know, and then you really start to pick up on those clues. And the last question, how will it end? If you can confidently answer all 5 of those questions in your head, you could begin writing today, or you can wait till tomorrow, but make sure you can clearly answer those questions and you are happy with your plan. If you are going to begin your writing today, make sure you think about how you're going to write. Remember, you're going to be writing to add suspense, but you also need to think about your punctuation and your vocabulary. Do you forget to use commas sometimes? You could write yourself a little note to help yourself remember. Will you forget about using those short sentences? You could add some bullet points on the back of your plan or on the top of your page where you're going to write your story, ready to begin today or tomorrow.